Sorry, what was our question?
It was, why does the breath get rid of anxiety?
Okay. So we'll begin. So Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Fateh. Um, so a question was raised, um, which was that when someone comes to the center, the flame center comes to us, or one of our trained psychologists, and they come with depression, or they come with anxiety, or they come with chronic pain, or they come with even far worse things, like, for example, terminal illness, where they are. Where they've been given a level of diagnosis which limits their life. So people in that state, people with anxiety, people with depression, and people with stress. So we have this whole range of individuals that come to us. And when they come to us, the question of which today was raised was, I've come to you for anxiety. Or when I first came to you for anxiety, I couldn't work out why you made me focus on the breath and not deal with the anxiety, which makes sense. I've come to you for a pain in my arm. You're not looking at that. You're saying, hey, by the way, Dove, go on, focus on your breath. And you can't make sense of that. Well, today, let me explain that to you. So within our body, we have the first thing to understand is that your mind and your body are connected. They're not separate. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling is directly influencing your body. So your blood pressure, your heart rate, your hormone system, your nervous system, all of this thing are kicked off. And there are two systems. One system is like where you've got your foot on the accelerator and you get into that system when you're excited or when you're fearful. Either way, called the sympathetic nervous system. It kicks off. Stress response system. Your mouth might get dry, your blood goes towards your muscles, your stomach, you might have butterflies, yeah, but you're ready to fight or flight. Kicks off. The moment that happens, the body is ready, yeah. So your mind has said, "Oh, there's a big tiger coming towards me." You kick off in that system automatically, and the body is now ready to fight or run away. Now, if you then realize that, look, you can get into this state by thinking about tomorrow. Will I lose my job? What will happen? What happens if my partner leaves me? What happens if this happens? We start thinking about the future. It's the same as having the tiger running at you. And what happens is the body goes into flight fight response. Flight fight response system. Now, this is how we know what this does. So when you go into the flight fight response system, your blood rate goes up, your heart rate goes up. These can take your blood and you can have a look at the cortisol, and you'll know cortisol's gone up or adrenaline's gone up. You'll notice the heart electrical field changes, right? So we can measure this the moment you go into this space. Now, at a very simple level, it's like taking a glass of water and adding a little bit of salt to it every day. So if you're in that space every day, fearful, angry, etc., then the changes in the body give rise to symptoms. And those symptoms are shaky hands. Those symptoms are not being able to sleep. Those symptoms are, why can't you sleep? Because your glucose level is so high. You're alert, you're anxious, you're agitated, you're irritable, you're ready to fight or flight. It's the natural response. Anxiety is future orientated, future thinking when you get trapped in that cycle. And once you get trapped in that cycle, your system is now triggered. And as long as you keep thinking that, the system is running with the accelerator down, even when there's nothing to worry about. But you create a psychological story and you get wrapped up in it, and that story becomes your reality. And that reality is there's a tiger running at me. And as a result, the body changes. Because of the body changes, you become, um, you have symptoms. And these are the ones that I've mentioned. Now, the moment we ask you to focus on your breath, what are we doing? So there are three types of, I'll use the word guru, right? And it's a very, very special word. It's not a word that's normally used as it's used in the modern world. It's those who know how to teach you what they need to teach you. And there are three types: breath, sound, and wisdom. You always begin with the breath. So by bringing you back from your story to your breath, we're stepping out of the story. And the more you step out of the story, the more you begin to realize the body begins to go back into its parasympathetic system, which means everything comes down. Shaking moves, sleep gets a bit better, you're not as irritable, you're not as angry. This is the shift that we're going through, right? It's just common sense. The more you do this, which is why now you recognize that, by putting my focus on something that's happening right now, not future, not past, but right now, I can switch this off. I can bring my body to homeostasis. And you will notice whenever you begin your meditation, when you begin, you don't even realize how you're breathing. But as you become more and more aware of the breathing or the body scan and going back to the breath becomes calm. It becomes regular. That regular breath is now telling you that there are changes going on in your body. And as the changes go on, you become present to the moment. The breath is happening right now, present to the moment. You've come out of the future, your anxiety's gone down. And with that, your symptoms go down. Now, treating anxiety with pills doesn't help. All you're doing is just masking the symptoms. You're not addressing the cause. And so when something like grief, when we lose something, when we lose someone we love, when we go through a breakup, that too is the tiger running because it unsettles your reality. And therefore, you begin to again kick off, and going into the flight fight response system is, in fact, not your body's, there's something wrong with you. It's trying to tell you something. It's trying to say to you, hey, hold on. So, for example, say if you can't sleep, or for example, you're having anxiety, you're unable to sleep, your body is very tense. That information and that anxiety is telling you, hey, stop, have a look, something isn't right. Isn't that the anxiety is the problem? Anxiety is your friend. It's trying to tell you something, provided you listen to it. But if you don't listen to it, or anger, or any of these things, they're feedback mechanisms. Once you begin to listen to them, what is it that you're trying to tell me? And what it's trying to tell you is things need to change. Yeah, it's like the bee sting in your finger. The pain is telling you, take the sting out. The same is with anxiety. It's discomfort. We don't call it anxiety. We call it unpleasant event, discomfort. Because if you call it anxiety, it has an emotional weight. But the same thing is also called panic. It has a different emotional weight. Well, what's the difference? It's the intensity, right? And that's to do with the mind. So if you go into an anxious space, you're not becoming anxious, right? You haven't become anxiety. You are experiencing anxiety, and there's a difference. So within the culture that I come from, if someone gets angry, they'll say, oh, gussa aya. Anger arose. Anger arose. But in our common language, you get, I am angry. There's a difference. You can never be angry. You can experience anger. So you begin to see these emotional spaces like something that's happening, like clouds. They come and go, they come and go. So what's the point? What is it I'm trying to get to? What I'm trying to get to you is this. Look, your mind influences your body. Your body, when it goes into this system, creates all these symptoms. Those symptoms are your feedback mechanism. They're telling you something, right? There's nothing wrong with you. The body is 110% absolutely engineered to be perfect. It's we who mess it up by food, environment, and mental psychodramas, just dramas about things that don't concern you. And the system around you is geared to keep you in that space. Tell you, oh, well, so and so is going to attack you tomorrow. Oh, there's a new virus coming here. Nonsense. Look after yourself. It's that bit. So all of this become, like you have immunity to do with your body, need to have immunity to do with your mind. Don't allow nonsense to enter in that. Just try to become discernful. I don't need to listen to the same person telling me all the disasters that are going on over and over 24/7. I don't need that. Why? Why do I need to inform myself how many people are dying moment by moment? Why? How much change have you done since that's been done? Nothing. So it keeps us, it's immunity, mental immunity, emotional immunity. Don't get involved in situations of anger. What are they doing? I remember many times I used to come to a class, and there was one particular individual who would say to me, so what are we going to do about the greenhouse gases? What would you expect me to do, mate? I'll switch the light off. But he was like putting it upon you like it was his burden. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a great conversation starter, but what I'm saying is we take on things that we have no control over, begin to worry about things rather than hoping, bringing the focus on what does it mean to have a good quality of life. And money isn't the only thing, it's a thing, right? So it's what I'm trying to say to you is that, look, the body is perfect, the mind is imperfect. If it goes into this space, it kicks the body off in all sorts of ways. And as a result of it, it changes this. Now, this mind thing, and maybe I will explore this over the next few weeks, right? Because it needs. So, what are the kind of things that can kick this off? One is fear, the other is attachment. When we get attached to things, and they become, and how do we know we're attached to something? Is because when they are not there, we feel it. Or when there is a threat to it, we feel it. And there's a big difference between attachment and love. And this is something that needs to be explored. So it doesn't mean that because it allows us to understand not how to let go, but what within me is doing the attaching. Is it the leg? Is it the arm? What is it? What is it that holds on to these things? What is it? And how valuable is that? So rather than trying to let go of something, what helps in the initial stages makes the whole process much easier is looking at what within me is holding on. Because the holding on is giving you a definition. I'm a son, I'm a father, I'm a mother, I'm a partner, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm rich, I'm poor, whatever it is. Yeah. Our holding on to these things give us definition. So, as a process, as we mature in our meditation, through the breath, we first begin to calm the body down. Through calming the body down, we begin to realize what needs addressing. what needs sorting out. And that is things that are unhealthy for us. That's the bottom line. So, what's unhealthy for us? Greed, sensual gratification, always looking for a rush, always looking for a rush, always looking for excitement. Yeah, that's not good for us. Anger, resentful for the sake of it. Oh, too many this in here, too many that in here, whatever you want to get pissed off about. Yeah, just get on with it. Um, and then attachment. Attachment. These four things give rise to who you think you are. Yeah. So we need to see that, look, they're all valuable, but we don't let them dictate how we live our life. You know, we don't become Mr. Angry or Mrs. Angry just for the sake of it, because we know it disturbs the body and we're going to end up ill. And that's the bottom line. So all these teachings that we're doing are not to do with spirituality, not to do with any of that stuff. These are just side effects of it. Is about health, mental health, emotional health, physical health, transpersonal health, health beyond the sense of self. But this takes maturity. It'll take a bit of time. But we're, I reckon, the only people that are providing this kind of understanding. So people recognize that health isn't just to do with their body, it's a whole alignment of a number of things. Anyway, I think I've done enough. Yeah. Okay, let's go on with our meditation. So, as usual, and you know, there's so many simple ways of just becoming present. Or April, one very simple way is if you look up and then just roll your shoulders back and then just settle yourself down, you'll find that that eases the shoulders, right? And then you're going to take a moment with your body. So, with your body, your back is straight and upright. You're going to pull your shoulders slightly back and open them. You're going to allow your chin to just pull in slightly, not discomfort, no discomfort, but posture of dignity. That's a good word. A posture of dignity. Okay. And once you feel you've got your posture, you will notice that there's no discomfort in the way you're sitting. So, intention, attention, and attitude. Three things that are really important. So, what's your intention? What is it that you wish to do? And all you wish to do is just look at your body and what's going on with you for the next few minutes. That's your intention. Attention. How are you going to do it? You're going to do it by focusing on things that are happening right now. And things that are happening right now are the pains and sensations in your body, the posture your body's in, because that posture can only exist in the present moment. And then you're going to focus, bring your focus to your breath just beneath your nose. And you'll notice that the breath is only taking place in the present moment. The breath is taking place in the present moment. And your thoughts can only happen in the present moment, but they can be of the future. Come back to your breath. And if you bring your focus now towards your eyes, what you have awareness of exists right now. So is it darkness? Is it the back of your eyelids? And the sounds that exist, they only exist in the present moment. You can only hear what's in the present moment. So, in the present moment, there may be silence, and out of the silence arises a voice, a sound. And silence only exists in the present moment. And then, if you gently bring your focus beneath your nose again, and now notice how the breath is breathing. Moving your focus above your head. You're going to imagine a hula hoop, and as it comes down, scanning your body for sensations. So, what sensations exist in your body right now? Allow the hoop to scan you. And on your next breath in, become aware of your whole body as best as you can. And notice what's going on. Are there any pains, any aches, any tightness, any itch, any discomfort in the body itself? And now you're going to move your focus to the seat you're on and notice the sensations where your body makes contact. And then from those sensations, you're going to move your focus up, becoming aware of your hips, and then from your hips, you move down your thighs, all the way down. Notice your knees. And then from your knees, you move down towards your ankles. Notice your feet. And then moving to the soles of your feet. Thoroughly becoming present to your body as best as you can. And then move back to the seat you're on. So notice that anything that's present now, whether it's sound, whether it's sensation or your breath, things that are happening right now, you can bring your focus to them. So notice the sensations that exist where your body makes contact with the chair. Notice how it supports you, that your back is straight and upright. And you're going to slowly bring your focus from your lower back to the middle back, looking for sensations, taking your time, giving your body the opportunity to tell you what's going on with it. And then from your middle back, you move up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. Allow them to soften. And then moving from your shoulders to your elbows. From your elbows to your wrists. And then notice your hands. Notice what's going on with the hands themselves. You can sense them. You can sense the palms of your hands. You can sense the fingers on your hands. This awareness can be moved anywhere you want. So now as you breathe in, you bring your focus towards your eyes, from your fingers to your eyes. Showing you that you have the ability to move your focus from anything you want. Notice the darkness in front of you. As you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften. And on your next breath in, you bring your focus towards your lips. Notice the upper lip. Notice the lower lip. And then gently move your focus within your mouth. Notice the roof of your mouth. The inside cheeks. Notice your tongue. See if you can soften it. Perhaps relax your jaw. And then as you breathe out, you allow your face to relax. Next breath in, once again, become aware of your body as best as you can. That simple exercise has provided you a clear presence of your body itself. Notice if there's any discomfort in the body. And then gently bring your focus beneath your nose and begin to watch the movement of the breath. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself, Your commitment is to hold your focus there as best as you can. Notice how the breath is flowing. Does it feel smooth? Allowing our awareness to penetrate the breath. Stay with your breath. Notice if your breath is cool or if it's warm. Stay with your breath. Does your breath feel fast or does it feel slow? Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. If you find your focus has been distracted by a sound, a thought, notice where you go, bring it back to your breath. And now begin to follow your out breath all the way till the end. All the way till the end. If you find that your thoughts are having a conversation, notice the conversation. Come back to your breath, following your out breath all the way till the end. On your next breath in, you're going to bring your focus within yourself. You're going to notice what's going on within you. Are there any thoughts there? How do you feel? And then gently bringing your focus to your chest. And begin to notice the movement of your chest in rhythm with your breath. Notice how the breath moves in, the chest expands. As the breath moves out, the chest relaxes. You're noticing the movement of your chest in rhythm with your breath. And there are subtle changes that are going around your ribs. See if you can notice them. Little sensations. And on your next breath in, you're going to move your focus a bit deeper into yourself, right where your heart is. And when you get to that space, you're just going to hold your focus there as best as you can. And you're going to notice how you're actually feeling right now, right this moment. Do you feel settled? Feeling at peace? Or do you feel distracted, irritated? How are you feeling in the moment of now? And on your next breath out, you're going to open your focus to all the sounds around you and simply allow any sound that's out there to come to you. No resistance, no commentary, no thoughts, no judgment, just listening. And to help you sharpen your listening, just follow the bell. Notice all sounds exist within the medium of silence. Gently bring your focus beneath your nose, sitting in silence with your breath. And as you sit in silence with your breath, begin to notice your experience itself right this moment. How would you describe your state right this moment? Acknowledging your experience as best as you can. On your next breath out, you're going to expand your focus to include your whole body as best as you can. And you're going to see if there's any discomfort in the body itself, how your body feels at the moment. And then to bring our focus back into your body, you're going to notice the sensations where your body makes contact with your chair. And then from those sensations, you become aware of your hips. From your hips, you become aware of your thighs. And then moving from your knees downwards towards your ankles, taking your time. Notice your feet. And then noticing the soles of your feet. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice your back is straight and upright. Your shoulders, your arms and hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Coming back to your breath. Now, as the breath moves in, you can sense your body. As the breath moves out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, you can sense your body. Breathing out, you can sense your body. Notice how you're feeling within yourself. Allow yourself to be grounded in it. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw some slow, deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes. Take your time.